And good morning, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk with some breaking news when it comes to the Browns and the Brook Park Stadium project. Nothing says this project is moving forward more than moving dirt at the site, and we now have that. This is video from the Cleveland Browns today. They have given some new images of what this will look like, but yes, there is dirt being moved at the site in Brook Park. Of course, I'm sure by now you know where we're talking. This is just to the, I believe it would be to the east of Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. And of course, the role that played is it was just a week or 2 weeks ago, that the Ohio Department of Transportation, after reconsidering a denial, has gone ahead and approved a permit to be able to have a structure that is, yes, 58 feet higher than the regulations would like. But after studying it, after bringing in a third-party aviation expert, they looked at the Brown site, they looked at the flight paths, the sight lines for pilots and planes coming in, and agreed with the FAA that there would be no issue, no safety issue for flights coming in and out of Cleveland Hopkins. So that was really the last major hurdle. Now, there are still three lawsuits pending in local and federal courts that will have to get sorted out. You have the Browns suing the city of Cleveland over the Modell law. You have the city suing the Browns, saying they are violating their lease by looking for a new home and that they are in breach of contract. And then you have a third lawsuit, a group of individuals who say the state of Ohio cannot use unclaimed funds that belong to citizens that have sat there for decades unclaimed for projects such as Brook Park. But again, here is the new video from the Cleveland Browns of dirt being moved out at the new site. They've also given us a few new renderings of the proposed stadium. We should almost say the all but guaranteed stadium at this point. They have also selected builders, and they have announced that it is going to be ACOM Hunt and Turner Construction Company as the construction managers. They are also going to use independent construction to begin the work that we're already seeing used. As you look at some of these renderings, the Browns have put out a little bit more about the features of this stadium, and I thought this was interesting. So I'm just going to read from their press release here. Closest seats in the NFL, a revolutionary seating bowl design that brings fans closer to the field than any other NFL stadium, highlighted by a new and modernized dog pound. That's good news. The roof that you see, that's a translucent roof inspired by Cleveland's iconic atriums. Natural light throughout the stadium creates a unique outdoor ambiance and a viewing experience for every visitor to remember. Next, flexible capacity. According to the Browns, the Super Theater concept creates events for up to 75,000 attendees. Next up, the first of its kind roofing system, featuring the first long span roof without a truss. Sight lines and design are enhanced throughout the building. Lastly, they talk about the economic catalyst. More than 6,000 construction jobs and thousands of additional full-time positions across the stadium and adjacent development, delivering lasting economic benefits for Cleveland and Northeast Ohio. So a couple of big things today to focus on. There is dirt being moved at the site in Brook Park. Our Brittany Weir and crew are headed out there to take a look at the work that's being done. We kind of knew this day was coming, and it appears that the Browns and the builders and the project developers needed to wait for the ODOT permit to be approved. Obviously, nobody wants to start dumping money into a site that may not actually make it. Once ODOT approved, once they went out and got that third-party company to start taking a look at whether or not the dome, and it's 58 feet, a little bit over the regulations, would it pose a safety risk? ODOT hires a third-party aviation expert. They come in, take a look at all of the sight lines. I have gone through all the paperwork, and it is a lot. They look at the number of flights coming in and out, the specific runway, I believe it's runway 10 and runway 28, that might call into question the location of the dome, the project, the stadium, and they determined, along with the FAA, who had to determine it last year, to say that it would not be a safety issue. So we're seeing dirt moved. We have builders that have been named. I'm going to get back to that. The ACOM Hunt and Turner Construction Company have been hired as the construction managers, and they are looking for an early 2026 groundbreaking. I can picture a very cold day in January or February with the Haslams, the Browns. Which community leaders will be there will be the big question. I highly doubt Chris Ronayne would be in attendance for that, nor would Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb. I'm sure they will be busy that particular day, but it looks like January and February is the slated actual groundbreaking. What we're seeing out there today is site preparation. A lot of work has to get done if the Browns are actually going to play in that stadium when we get to fall of 2029, I believe, is kickoff day for the new stadium. Wanted to bring you that as soon as we could. That information has just come out in the last hour. So that's the next step. Remember, we have Stadium Showdown coverage. The only full dedicated show every week. We've been doing this for more than 20 weeks now. This is how long this Stadium Showdown battle has happened. That show airs on all of our digital properties every week, every Friday at about 6:30. So there will be, yes, more to talk about this Friday. There always seems to be something to come up every week in the Stadium Showdown battle. If we have any other breaking news, it'll be right here on our digital properties. Otherwise, look for our 11 o'clock news just in 9 minutes on Cleveland's 43, then our noon news on Channel 19. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a good day.